We're deep into SKO season now. Are they still relevant? Should we be doing these? If we were to say, show me the list of the 20 most important things we need to do to drive revenue this year, starting from scratch, would SKOs make the list given how much they cost and given everything else? I can argue either side. What makes the most successful SKOs in 2025? What makes them worthwhile?
Yeah, and this is such a fun question because I do get to see so many different flavors of them, and there's definitely things I love and things that I can't stand. So,
Yeah,
first and foremost, I'll speak from the perspective of a seller. Being a salesperson who sat through 18 SKOs, there were some I loved, and there were some that I'm like, what did we do? What happened? I don't remember
right.
anything. The ones I loved were typically the ones where the goal wasn't motivation, meaning I don't need you to fly me to some weird hotel with no windows and put on a light show and flash all of our solutions on the screen and talk about how we're the world's leading whatever. I work here because I obviously believe in what we're doing and that's given as a byproduct of it. So in
Yep.
most cases, not all, I never really wanted the raw because I thought like you pay me to do this job. Clearly I'm motivated to do it. I don't need a cheerleading session. What I loved is when I could learn something new that helped me with my job to be done. And core to how I think about SKOs today is every year there was something that changed with buyer behavior or something that changed with seller behavior. And the SKOs that really stood out to me were the ones that one educated me on that so I could stay
Mhm.
ahead of trends. And then two, got really tactical on what do I do in the face of this change? Like, how do I evolve the way that I sell to combat this? And
Right.
so I was always craving, give me really tactical, smart things that I can then go back and try tomorrow. So I'm not trying last year's stuff in a different environment. So that was one. Two, I actually think SKOs matter a little
Mhm.
bit more now just because of everyone craving to be connected. There's still
Yeah.
plenty of organizations that are remote workforces,
Yeah.
and there is something to be said about bringing people together, being like, "Oh, you're the dude on the CS team that has saved my butt 100 times. It's great to meet you and shake your hand and thank you for the work that you do." So I think that part is more relevant perhaps now than it was pre-2020 because I do think people crave that connection.
Yeah.
But 3, the last one would be, like, my least favorite thing that I see at SKOs is it's just a knowledge out. Like, people sit in that dark
Yeah.
room, they're talked at. Why bring people together to do that? You could just put people on a webinar. So I think if you're gonna do an SKO and you're just gonna talk at your audience, that to me seems pointless right now for the expense that it necessitates.
Yeah. Yeah. I think just like anything a company does, if you've always done it, it can be easy just to go through the motions and do it again that way again. But I think that's a recipe for leaking value out of something that has enormous amount of potential. And you made the point about the connections we need to make with each other. Until robots sell to robots or robots do all the work and we're out in Jetson's land doing whatever, I think it's important that we think about those things big and small.